Hey, y'all.
We are in Texas.
It's true. Welcome to the White Chair Beauty series. It's kind of a tongue twister.
It is, well, you don't do the introduction normally. I do it, but
True.
it is.
So now I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Today
Episode
we
10.
are on episode 10. And today we're going to be talking about the secret to making more money in any salon. Add-ons that actually work.
Yeah. Add-ons is probably the best way to get more money for your salon. And it's not just any add-on. Strategically adding add-ons that don't add on too much time, but add more value.
Yes. Yes.
So,
and also when you're starting out, when your books aren't super full, it's a great way to utilize your time.
yeah. So if like you have a big gap, hey, well, how can I get busy?
Yeah.
You know, I can add this, everything.
Do it all.
Yeah. What's an example of a small add-on that makes clients feel pampered without adding much time?
Well, if you're doing waxing, you could ask if they need any other waxing, something quick, maybe a lip wax, you know, even a tint. A tint is like the best way, especially if somebody has light eyebrows, because I can put that tint on quickly. What did it say? Lickety split. I can put that tint on really quickly, and then I just wax around the shape. So
and a lash tint too.
Yeah. I tell people about lash tints all the time, and a lot of people have never even heard of them, or they, didn't know. Especially the lighter clients, it will change literally. And when I say this, they don't believe me until they do it. It will literally change your life.
Yeah.
If you are light and have blonde eyebrows or eyelashes and you do the tint, it makes your life so much easier. And then they'll just love you forever.
Yeah. Or if you're like a hair salon, you can be like, hey, we offer a scalp massage.
Yeah.
Massage it's $15 for.
I mean, look at these nail salons. They're like, oh, you want a massage? Oh, do you want a paraffin dip? Oh, you want this? Oh, you want that? They're like the queens at upselling. They try to upsell you every which way.
Quick 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and they'll charge you like, how did my $40 manicure now $95?
Yeah, that's me every time.
But that's add-ons. It's very important. And sometimes when we first started, you're kind of like, you weren't embarrassed, but you're like, I don't want to force customers. I don't want, this and that. I was like, you have to.
Yeah.
This is the industry. You don't want to be greedy. You don't want to be sound like a car salesman. But sometimes you're introducing them to a product or service they didn't even know about. Like you just said, the brow tint.
I always tell people, even if I don't have time to do the service right then, but say I'm doing a brow wax and tint and I'm booked back to back, if I notice that they will be like a really good candidate for either a lash lift or a brow lamination, I'm like, oh my God, have you ever heard of a lash lift? Even just telling them about the service, if they can't do it at that exact moment, still like they will come back to me for I just had a client yesterday. She came back for the lash lift because I told her about it. And she was like, so it's another way for them to know more about your services. And you're seeing them in person. So it's kind of like a little consultation before, Yeah.
Yeah. I think add-ons equals important.
Yep. Okay. Why are add-ons one of the most profitable parts of any salon business?
Money.
Money.
Putting more money in your pocket. First of all, you need it increased the average value of your ticket. So that's one thing I look at. So I'll look at like the month of January or February, any month, and I look at the average tickets, per service. So someone comes in, you look at your POS system, like the average price, average price for the service equals to $67. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, why is it $67? Why come we can't get to $80? Why can't we get to $90? Do I need to increase my prices? Number one. Maybe the market's changing. Mm-hmm. 2, are we doing upsells? 3, what type of upsells are we doing, or the value of it? So that's why we say focus on the value of it and looking at it in that perspective. Another thing with add-ons is when you add an add-on for a service, customers look at it as a premium care that premium option that you're giving them, like, oh, this must be VIP, this must be the premium, the whole shabam. But I'd look at it that way. Look at your average ticket value for your service, and then making it, introducing a new service to them and making it look premium. Add value to this add-on, right? You're adding value to your value. That makes sense?
Well, we just had this conversation like maybe a month ago. And we're like, what can we do? A little service that takes no time at all, will make them feel really good, will add value, and will make their brows look impeccable.
Yeah.
And so we are now doing like a hydrating brow gloss.
Yes.
It doesn't really cost much for us, but it will make them feel good. It hydrates the brows. It smooths the brows out. It's really nice and sleek. And yeah. So that's a great little add-on.
Yeah, and we gave it you give it a name. So
Yeah.
we gave it like the brow. We call it the brow gloss.
Yeah.
Any industry that we're talking about,
Yeah.
we talk about brows because we have a brow salon. So
Well,
obviously we
like-
use that terminology. But for nails, tanning, anything.
Well, for hair.
come up with a good name.
Like for hair, there is a gloss you can do on your hair.
Mm-hmm.
And people do it all the time because it like makes your hair nice and hydrated and sleek and smooth and glossy, So
Yeah. How do you bring up add-ons without sounding too push? So without being like a car salesman.
yeah. Just first of all, don't recommend something unless they really need it.
Okay.
And then you won't feel like a used car salesman. They can actually benefit from it, right?
Yeah.
That goes for anything if you're selling products or anything too. I used to work at a place where you sell products. I would never sell something to somebody unless they truly needed it. I'm not going to sell them a brow pencil if they don't know how to use it and they, you know what I mean?
And another thing,
And they're never gonna use it.
I would say bringing it up during the consultation,
Oh,
and not
100%.
like at the end. Like, by the way, you needed a.
Yes.
You want to bring it up during the whole. Hey, like I'm huge.
Have you ever, so when I'm doing the consultation, I'm going over the shape. I'm like, do you usually fill your eyebrows in? If they say yes, I'm like, oh, have you ever tried a brow tint? Because it will make your life a million times easier. We can tint it super natural. It'll actually make your eyebrows look fuller and you won't have to fill them in. And they're like, really? I've never,
And educating them. So
Yes.
giving them an educational, like a quick summary of what the outcome, why you should get it done. I think it's very important.
And again, like I said, if you can't do it during that appointment, talk to them about it. So it gets them kind of hooked.
For their next
and then their
appointment.
next appointment, they will do it,
Yeah.
So what's the danger of offering too many add-ons, would you say?
I don't think there's a danger to it. I just think when you sound too pushy, when you're like you said, when you're providing an add-on that's not necessary. Just
Hey, do you need this? Hey, do you need this?
Yeah.
Oh, you need this. Hey, you need this. Like,
so what's the best way I can say it? All right, when you go to In-N-Out, you see the menu and it's bam, 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 right? You know what to get. Then you go to this deli and you see like 500 things on the menu and you're just like sitting there for like 5 hours. Like, like person comes up to you, they're like, hey, do you know what you're going to get? I'm like, I need 5 more minutes. And they go away and they come back. I'm like, I need probably another 10 minutes because there's like 500 things on this menu. So what I'm trying to get at is you don't want to give them decision fatigue. So you don't want to give them all these options and options and options. And then they're like, what does that one do again? What does that one do again? Why am I getting this one? So you want to get straight to the point. You know exactly what they want. You got to just deliver your upsell in a way that you know exactly they need it. And you're providing informative information on it. You're educating them on it. And it brings value to them. Like a brow tint, you need it because it makes your brows pop when you get your brow wax. You need to get this with your nails. This is what it does. It makes it last 4 weeks longer. I think it's just giving them decision fatigue on their decision is just.
and can I also give one more example too? I think, yes, when you're in person, that can be decision fatigue. But another thing that I see all of the time is when your menu list is like.
Oh, you're saying when they originally.
Like when they're booking, it is
I know.
okay, like brow tweeze, brow wax, brow this, brow that. A leg, do you want to add a leg wax? Leg wax, bikini wax, armpit wax, this wax, that. Like so many. And I know you offer all these services, but you have to somehow condense something. Like
That's why when you start your business, I feel like we're going off topic now. Focus on your niche.
Yes.
I'm a brow salon. I'm focused. That's how we grew. We focus on brows, then we slowly added on other things to it.
Yes.
But and on top of that.
But it makes people confused.
When you do upsells, now if you're a solo esthetician, you don't have to worry about this. But when you have a team, it creates inconsistency across the board. So the upsells, it's just not inconsistent. The messaging is not right. So that's one thing you need to focus on. But if you're a solopreneur, you don't really need to focus.
Thanks for watching the White Chair Beauty Podcast. Today we have a 50% off promo code for all of our viewers. Type in the White Chair promo code at thebrowfixacademy.com and get 50% off of all of our classes. These are great tools to enhance your service menu, enhance your revenue, and learn how to do all of these services. In-depth training by yours truly, me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thanks.
We're back. We're back.
Ready for action.
Yeah, our
If you hear a
infant,
screaming child in the background, we apologize.
our little baby woke up. We had to walk away for a few minutes.
We are back.
And we're back. What? I don't even know what question we're
Okay,
on.
so I was going to ask you, how can salon owners track if their add-ons are really boosting their revenue?
That's the ticket size. So, if you look at the value per average ticket, you can measure. You have to always measure by analytics. Mm-hmm. So if someone, let's say for example, brow wax is 40, our brow and lip wax is 50, the combo, that's a $10 added value by upselling them, where it would have been 40. So it's keeping track of it. So when we first opened up, we had a rule called the 333.
Yeah.
So that it was 3 rebooks, 3 upsells, and 3 product sales.
Yes.
And the way we kept tracking it, because a lot of the booking systems, when you upsell, when you add it on, it doesn't say it's an upsell on your data. So we had it on paper where we had 3 upsells, and then at the end of the week, we numbered, like, we put our average, like, oh, you had 8
Yeah, we do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, so we had 10 upsells, and then the following, then we'll add it for the month. You had 60 upsells this month. Mm-hmm. But we didn't go by the ticket value, just what how many upsells you had. So depends on what booking system, what data, what analytics you can track. But I just look at the value of your ticket. So if I see one month it's 50, the next month it goes 55, then I can go into breaking down the appointment. So it takes a long time to look at it if you have the time. But I would just go by adding upsells manually on a paper like sheet that you have every day to keep track. So I added 3, and then your goal is to get 3 upsells a day. Let's say that's your daily goal that you have, 3 upsells a day. If you don't hit it that day, the next day go for 5. Try to make up for it. Your goal is to have at the end of the week, let's say you work 5 days a week, 15 upsells. Then you can raise the bar up when you get better at it. Like, oh, I want to now do 4 upsells a day. So your goal is going to be 20 for the week. So keeping track of it. A lot of booking systems, I know ours, I don't know many that do. When I look at their futures, I don't see, I may be wrong.
But like for me now, because I am booked back to back, I don't upsell unless I know I can, obviously. So,
or the ones that don't add.
Like now,
So the ones that you can do quick time,
yeah,
doesn't really affect the timing of it, but still adds value because of the upsell. So I think that's important. What's a common mistake estheticians and stylists make when offering upgrades or upsells?
Well, we kind of just touched on that, but if you don't have enough time to do the service, so you don't want to be like, hey, you want to do a lash lift? And then you only have 30 minutes. Like, obviously, you need to look at your schedule. Make sure you can actually do it. Again, don't really even bring it up unless you're going to say for like a future appointment, unless you can actually do it.
Yeah.
You want to have the time. Bringing it up too late. Say you do have the time and, at the end of their appointment, they're checking out. Oh, you should have done obviously. You want to do it during the consultation, during the right time. And maybe not explaining to the clients like what the actual benefit of it would be. You're just like, oh, you need to do this. You should do this. You should do this. But not, explaining and being informative and educational about it. Yeah.
So giving a friendly, educational, informative, just reason why, and it actually gives you get benefits from it, rather than just you're giving me extra money.
Yep.
And then I think the most important thing is timing of it. So if you're gonna go over let's say someone books a 30-minute appointment, and you add an upsell. Now that 30 minutes, 40 minutes, then it goes on to your next appointment. It just keeps it causes a domino effect of just issues.
That's what I said at the beginning.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. So I repeated myself. Go ahead.
That's okay though. Why is staff training crucial for successful upselling?
Number one, it's across the board. So solopreneurs probably don't have to worry about this, but when you are a salon owner, you want to do consistency across the board. So you want to make sure everyone's on board. They know exactly, they know all the services. They should know all the services you provide, all the products that you do sell, everything. They understand all of it. You educate them on it. So being informed, educated, but having consistency of it across the board, and then training them on knowing when and how to do it. So going back to what we were talking about is you don't want to have them be forcing it on them. You want them to be perfect timing of it, perfect candidate for that service. That all plays a factor in it. So
It doesn't sound like salesy, right?
yeah, you don't want it to be salesy, and also they actually need the service. Like, oh, you got a brow tint, lash tint will look, make everything pop out even better for you. Things you train them on. You don't want to have a sales script. You want them to always be organic. Maybe give them a talking point. Like, let's focus on this is the talking point and why you want to offer this to them. Give them talking points on, like, hey, folk, you can explain this to them, but if you sound like a script, then they're gonna be like, "Oh, I am gonna give you. You're gonna get this." You don't want to. You want to. When you engage with your customer, you're having an organic conversation. Everything needs to flow organically, naturally, authentic, and then, boom, like, hey, those. You got a little fur on top of your lip. You need a lip wax. I'm joking.
We definitely don't say that.
No, we don't say that.
Also, too, I think, like, I've worked at places where they force you to upsell, and I think that is what makes it disingenuous.
Yeah, we don't
don't do that. Obviously, I mean, we just tell them, if you can increase your ticket price, which increases your tip, and it also, if you have any dead space, it's a great way to utilize
Keep
your
yourself
time.
busy.
Keep yourself busy. So, but we always want it, like he said, to be organic.
Yeah,
for sure.
you want it to be organic. You don't. A lot of places they give like bonus structures, incentives, and then they force it on the customer, which then makes you look bad because they're just forcing it. They're like, I didn't need that. The customer goes out,
comes back as like, why did I?
Yeah, they're unhappy. You don't want to. We don't force it on them. So.
And always, if somebody's on the fence, don't do it. Like, don't force. If somebody comes in and you want to upsell something and they're like, I don't know, I'm unsure, be like, okay, well, you can think about it. Maybe we can do it next time.
When someone's on the fence of it, educate them as much as you can.
Yes.
And be like, hey, this is, you don't have to do it now. Next time you come in, now maybe go home and do a little more research on it. Yeah. Make yourself more comfortable.
Think about it a little bit, yeah.
Think about it, and the next time they come in, you'll be surprised. The next time you can see when they rebook it, they add that service to it. What's an add-on you think that should master? What's an add-on you think What's an add-on you think every esthetician should master right now?
Well, definitely lash lifts, 100%. Mm-hmm. It's the easiest way to, once you get really good at it, you can do it in an hour or less. You can make a lot of money doing it, and every client loves it. It's their natural lashes instead of like an extension. It's their actual natural lashes, so they love that. We also do have a training course, the Brow Fix Academy, and you can learn literally online
courses.
Another great way is brow laminations. That's another. It takes half the time, 30 minutes.
It's the same formula too, by the way.
Same exact formula, and it can create a really full, beautiful brow that a lot of people want right now.
It's trending.
Yeah, definitely trending.
The brow gloss itself is true. So there's brow lamination, and then there's a brow gloss after
like
wax,
the hydrating serum,
which is basically the last step of a brow lamination that you can do, which makes the brows. More of it than I would. Yeah.
But even like combining like a lash lift and a brow lamination, that's a big ticket item, and it is going to make them feel like $1 million. Like their brows are nice and fluffed and look thick and full, and then their lashes are like they've never seen them so curled, like unless they use a curler. Obviously, you want it to be the right person. You want them to be a good candidate for both services. But yeah, it's a great way to increase your revenue and If you don't have people on your books and you want to add time, then it's a great way to get yourself busy.
Yep.
And then also what I find, and I even tell everybody this when they're a new client, I say you might become addicted because it is one of those services that they will come back for over and over and over again. Because once they start seeing
these are one of
like
those
that.
retention services.
Yeah.
So brow wax, yes. So the brow wax can be a little tricky. Brow wax, some people, they grow their hair. It's the growth of the hair or their nail when you cut their nails. But certain add-ons that you do brings them back at a higher rate because they absolutely love it. And it's something that needs to be done at an X amount of time.
And usually they can't do something like that themselves. Tweezing people can do a lot easier than their own lash lift or their own brow lamination, or they don't feel comfortable doing it themselves. So yes.
Yep.
If a salon owner wants to add just one new upsell this year, what should they choose and how should they choose it? If a salon owner wants to add just one new upsell this year, how should they choose?
They should choose it based on requests or data points. I always go back to data. You go so see what are they requesting? Mentions on Instagram or any type of social media platform that's trending. But you should always know like what's at the end of the day. You sit down and you say, okay, this service is $15. It only adds 5 minutes of time, and it's a popular service that most people want. Or I'm getting a lot of requests, or people are mentioning this. Maybe we can start upselling this or making it a combo. Not even an upsell. When you say upsell, you can
combo it
on your menu. So let's say we have a brow wax. We put a brow wax and tint for a lower discounted price. So we see these you see these like
or a brow wax and brow
combinations that are happening, and then you combine them, or you can upsell them depending on how your business model is. You want to do combos, cool, you can discount it. If you want to add it onto the service while they're there, you look at the mentions, you look at the requests that you're getting, so then that's a one upsell you can present that the conversion rate would be pretty high. Like, all right, let's do it. Choose an add-on that doesn't take more than, I would say 10, 15 minutes max. I would say add-ons that for 5 minutes are perfect. Add-ons that are 10 minutes, great. Anything that gets to the 15-minute mark, if it adds a lot of the profit margin goes up for you, then I would say, okay, go for it. If not, I'll kind of lean away. Anything that's above 15 minutes, that's not really I don't consider that an add-on, depending on what industry you're on. So if you're doing a facial that takes 2 hours, adding something 15 minutes or 20 minutes, fine. But if you're doing like a quick service that's a 20-minute, 30-minute service, you want something 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah. So time limitations, figuring out the time management. In this industry, you have to have time management. That's probably one of the most important.
We should do an episode on that.
Yeah, we're gonna do a time man. That's actually a good one. And then pick something that matches your brand, your aesthetics, that matches this actual service.
Yeah, not something like random.
That goes with the service. So don't add something that just doesn't go with the flow.
Like you're not gonna be like doing a brow service and be like, hey, do you want a foot rub? Like that would be weird.
So do something that's it matches your brand, it matches your service, it matches your niche. And if you most of your service menus should have these already. By upsell, I mean is like when they come to your appointment and they just have a brow wax. That's like a empty, like one small service. Like, all right, how can I make this 20, 30?
Hey, is there anything else that you need waxed today? You don't have to be like, hey, you have a furry lip. Like he said, I would never say that to people.
I was joking.
But yeah, he would never say that. And I would never say that. But, is there anything else you need waxed today? Oh, do I have any hairs on my lip? Let me look under the light. Oh, maybe a little bit. You want me to do that for you?
Yeah.
Boom.
So something like that's time management. If you see that you're finishing a little bit early, you're like.
But that's also, it takes literally 2 minutes to wax maybe a minute.
That's what I'm saying. Something that's 5 minutes and under.
Yes.
And it adds $10 to $12 value to your service. Oh, but you're saying, oh, that's only $10. Well, let's say you have an average of 50 appointments a week. 10 of them you did upsells, and the average is like $10 to $15. Let's say you break it down to $12. That's $120 more you just made. Yeah. On the upsells.
And then they might want to keep doing that every single time.
Yeah, then it turns into your loyal customers usually are the ones that maybe the first time they come in, it's a first time customer, you don't want to push them, but you see that they're coming into you like multiple times, then you'll be like, hey, now you built a rapport with them, you built a relationship with them. Now you're like, hey, by the way, I think we do the service, so it'll be very beneficial. Like, I think we'll be you're a great candidate for lash lift. That's one thing you always tell me. Client will come to you, and after like their third or fourth visit, you'll be like, I just you're a great candidate for lash lift, and then offer them a discount. Like, hey, it's your first time, I'll give you $20 off. You want to try it?
Oh.
So, and that's if you have the time, because the lash lift takes a while.
Yeah.
Or like for your next service.
But it's good to get them hooked into other services and let them know what else you have to offer. Because a lot of times people, they just don't know.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah.
Anything else we need to talk about today?
I think that was it.
I do apologize. We had a little rascal in the background. She's
we tried to do it during
she's growing her teeth. She's teething. She's growing her toofies out, so she's a little pain.
Yeah, so she slept, but then she didn't want to sleep.
Yeah, but like, subscribe, leave us a comment, send us an email with the next topic we should talk about. Time management would be a great one.
Time management, I think, is good.
Other than that, have a wonderful
rest
week.
of your day. Yeah. Yep. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.